Okay, starting with 15. Okay, this one is a little bit more complex. For me to get p by itself, I need to get rid of any extra terms. Okay, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides, and I get p divided by 2 is less than or equal to 3. And now I multiply both sides by 2, the 2's cancel, and I get p is less than or equal to 6. So I'm going to put my 6 in the middle, and again I can label this. So you don't have to have a 0 on the number line, just as long as what you need is on there. I can do this too. Okay, so p is less than or equal to 6. Now when I'm looking at interval notation, again I'm going left to right, it's coming from negative infinity. So I've got negative infinity, and it's going to 6, and it's going to stop there. And it includes 6, so I have a bracket. Okay, number 16, I need to distribute. So I've got negative 36 is greater than or equal to negative 12 minus 4n. I'm going to add 12 to both sides because I'm trying to get n by itself, so I'm going to get rid of these extra terms. And I get negative 24 is greater than or equal to negative 4n. All right, now to get n by itself, I need to divide by negative 4. And I'm dividing by a negative, so I need to flip the sign. So when I'm dividing by negative 4, I get 6 is less than or equal to n. And like I've always said, I like the n to be on the left, and it's pointing to the 6. So I'm going to make sure that it's still pointing to the 6. So I can make a similar number line as I did over here. So I have 6, I'm going to fill it in, and n is greater than 6. So it's starting at 6 and going to infinity. Okay, going on to number 17. Okay, again, solve each inequality. This is just exactly what you were just doing, but this time you don't have to graph it or put it in interval notation. So I subtract 3 from both sides, and I have x is less than 5. And that's it. Okay, for this one, I add 3 to both sides, so I have negative 1 is greater than x. And that's okay if you leave that as an answer. Again, I like the x on the left, so I would do x is less than negative 1. See how it's pointed to the x? It's still pointed to the x. Okay, 8d is greater than or equal to 24. I need to divide by 8, and I have d is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, over here, I have m divided by negative 3 is less than or equal to 2. So I need to multiply both sides by negative 3. And you remember what you need to do when you multiply by a negative. We need to flip the sign. So we're going to have m is greater than or equal to negative 6. Okay, let me push this up again, just a little bit. All right, number 21. Okay, now we've got variables on both sides. So I need to get the variables on one side and the constants, or just the plain numbers, on another. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I'm going to do that first. And I get 3 plus 4x is greater than 19. So that got rid of my 2x over here. And now I'm going to subtract negative 3 from both sides. And we have 4x is greater than 16. And then when we divide by 4, we have x is greater than 4. Okay, so over here, I'm going to get this W over to this side, so I'm going to subtract W from both sides. And I have 6W plus 1 is less than negative 5. Now I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. 6W is less than negative 6. Divide by 6. I'm not dividing by a negative, so the sign stays. And I get W is less than negative 1. Okay, number 23. I'm going to start by distributing. So I have 3G minus 15 is greater than 3G. And hopefully you see that I have a 3G and a 3G on both sides of the inequality. So it's going to make this one kind of interesting. All right, so I'm going to subtract 3G from both sides. That gives me 0. That also gives me 0. So I have negative 15 is greater than 0. So what happened to my variable? Well, it's not there anymore. So I look at what I do have, and I have negative 15 is bigger than 0. Is that true? It's not true. Okay, so this means that this one has no solutions. If this is not true. Okay, so over here, I'm going to distribute. So I have 2h minus 4 is less than or equal to negative 2 plus 2h. And maybe you see that I have a 2h and a 2h on both sides. So I'm going to subtract those out. And I get negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 2. Variables are gone again. So now I have to look at what I've got. Is negative 4 less than or equal to negative 2? Yes, it is. So in this case, I have infinite solutions. All right, we'll continue on the next video.